Welcome to Coffee with Chaos. My name is James, and here's my coffee. And I'm surrounded by chaos all the time. I'm not paying for StreamYard again, and it keeps saying, "Hey, your credit card didn't work." Well, that's because I took the credit card off because I don't want to pay $600 and some for a year and only do 52 videos. And I'm not going to do videos every night. Well, at least I don't think I'm going to. So that's one thing. I've had a question that's been asked on Instagram and several times in real life, on people I've met and that they've watched a few of my videos, and they come to me and they ask this question. And I'll get to it in a little while, a little bit later. Maybe when we have some people in the chat, because right now I'm showing 0 in the chat. And that happens sometimes. Maybe people forgot that I come on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock p.m. Central. I'm not going to worry about it. And then, of course, I have comics that I've pressed. I've got a comic that I've had for a while that I'm going to show you that I'm going to work on. And then I've got some stuff that I got this past week. And that's about all I've got right now. Of course, yeah. It's been an interesting week, rain off and on. I had some really nice cucumber plants. Last night, all the leaves disappeared off of them. All of the leaves off all of the cucumber plants are gone overnight. I'm thinking a deer probably munched down on them. The only thing I have left is the stems that come out of the ground. I'm really disappointed because they were beautiful cucumber plants, and I was looking forward to having some fresh cucumbers. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. That's one of those things that, you grow a garden, you have to expect stuff like that. So I'll get started as soon as people start showing up. In the meantime, I don't know, maybe I'll mute and finish watching this episode of Lucifer. I've got about 3 or 4 more minutes left of it. Like I said, it's been an interesting week. I've done a little more work on the weird science that Lawson sent me. I've pretty much caught up on the back side, on the back page of what I did to the front. I've done it to the back. So I'm ready for the next step. And we'll go over that on the video that I do for it, which will probably be released next Monday. So I have something else in mind for Friday. And of course, this morning's video was a long one because I went over all of the different comics that I picked up on New Comic Book Day, or on Free Comic Book Day, not New Comic Book Day. And for me, that was interesting. I gave myself a perspective that I didn't expect. There's things that I like and things that I don't. Right? That's all there is to it. I took this old Batman, and this is from 1989, and it came out at about the same time as, just before the Batman movie with Michael Keaton came out. That's when that came out. And they did that, and then they did a second run with him all in black after the movie came out. I had them put away in the toy store I was working at the time. I took a week off. I came back, and somebody had gone into the box that I had labeled for myself because I was making payments on it. Somebody took them all out and sold them. And I was pissed. And then I opened my store. A couple of years after that, I opened up my comic shop. And there was a boy and his mother used to come in all the time. And then one day the boy came in and he had this Batman. And he gave it to me as a gift. And I couldn't find it for a while. I knew I had it because I don't get rid of gifts. And he gave it back. He gave it to me, and I've had it ever since. And now I've got it, and it's on display once more, where it belongs. The Superman, that was a gift, and this was a gift. So those will be around for a long, long time. Just as Gone, I don't know where he's up there. I think he's hidden behind the Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. But I have a little Gone plushie, Gon, the little dinosaur. Great series of books if you ever get a chance to look at them. And that was a gift also, so I'll never get rid of it. Keep having somebody pop in and pop back out. I'm going to go ahead and start doing the showing my books that I pressed, and we'll go from there. So let me go ahead and switch over to my other camera. I don't have my lights turned on. Oh well. Why my face is in shadow on this side. It happens. All right. Apparently, I moved my camera without realizing it. Okay, first off, what do we got? From 1983, Jack Kirby and Silver Star #1. I like the way that turned out. Next up, Fighting Air Force #39. Charles Nichols did this cover. And I didn't do anything to this. This is a low-grade copy. And that's what that question has to do with. I was asked, why do I press low-grade comics? You know, because it's not going to improve their condition. And that's absolutely correct. It will not improve their condition, but it sure does make them look pretty. You press a comic, and it improves the eye appeal, even on a low-grade comic or a comic with a lot of creases in it. It improves the eye appeal. And if you have a 3.0 comic and it's not pressed, it might sell, and let's say it's worth $30 or $40. Let's say $30. And it's not pressed, you might get $30 for it. But if you press it, you just might get 40. It's the same comic, same condition, but the eye appeal is better. And that is why I like to press my comics. Not so I can sell them for more, but because I like the way they look when they're pressed. Next up, from 1976. This is a San Julian cover on Vampirilla #55. Love San Julian's art. He does really spectacular Vampirilla. And that's a mid to low grade copy. This is a Dan DiCarlo on Archie's Girl, Betty and Veronica #234. A 6-hole grip so they can roll it together. Next, I've got Jesse Santos doing a Boris Karloff Tales of Mystery #75. Really makes him look sharp. I think I got this from Michael Mayron. What's next? 4-color comic #588 from 1954. King Richard and the Crusaders. This one, the press helped it, but it still has some dents, so I might have to press it a second time. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Like I said, I don't sell most of these. It's got some writing on here that I can see, so I think I will press this one a second time, but not today. Let's see, from 1973, I have Tomb of Dracula, number 12, with a beautiful Frank Bruner cover. Then Warren Kramer on this Richie Rich, number 169. And Enrique Torres doing this Vampirilla number 60. And it has some lines or creases. I don't think they're creases. They're just, I don't know what it is. It looks like scratches. But I like it. And I'm going to set these off to the side. Elvira's House of Mystery, number 10. I believe this is a Joe Orlando cover. Yeah, Joe Orlando. Oh, yeah, there's his name right there. Dick Giordano, the DG and the Joe Orlando. So Dick Giordano and Joe Orlando. I don't know which one did the pencils. I think Joe Orlando did those pencils. I might be wrong. John Killamy did this Dread Star number 57 from 1990. And of course, Dave Sim with Cerebus number 56. This is Classic Comics number 27-30. It is not a first print. It's from 1946. The Adventures of Marco Polo, and this is actually a second print. It's a Stan Walk cover on Airboy, number 42. Another Enrique Torres cover on this Vampirilla number 65. I do like that cover. Next up, we've got Pacific Presents number 3 from 1984. And I looked for this one for a while because it has the first appearance of Vanity. Now, if you look it up online, it's going to tell you the first appearance of Vanity was in Vanity number 1, which came out about 4 months after this. So, yeah, this has the first appearance of Vanity on it. And this cover was by Tim Conrad. There were 4 copies of Pacific Presents. I have 2 of the first 2 and 1 of each of 3 and 4. The first 2, of course, were just awesome. Dave Stevens covers on those 2. Next up, from 1961, this is Hot Rods and Racing Cars, another low-grade comic that will never be much more than a 2, maybe even a 1.8. It's pretty bad. But since it's pressed, it has a nice eye appeal. How you doing, Lawston? Good to see you. We like eye appeal. That's why I press low-grade comics. It isn't to improve the grade, because I'm not going to send them into CGC. I just like the way it makes them look. It improves the eye appeal. It's still the same grade of comic, but the eye appeal is better. And like I said, a like this, a 1.8 or a 2, if this had been left alone and not done anything to it, not pressed it, it's probably about a $5 comic. Pressing it, maybe if I decided to sell it, I could get 8 to 10 for it. I don't know. Not many people like the Hot Rods and Racing Cars comics, unless you actually get hot rod people, and they're out there. Next, we have another Dan DiCarlo, Archie's Girls Betty and Veronica, number 238. Beach cover, which means it's actually have a tiny bit of value to it. It's got some creases down here and up there that makes it a mid-grade copy. And also there's a tape pull here. Yeah. Definitely not high grade. George Wilson did this Brothers of the Spear, number 2. Again, a medium grade copy, but it looks so much nicer when it's pressed and in Mylar. Hey, Brianne, glad you could stop in. Let's see, we've got 4-color, number 593, Oswald the Rabbit. Very low grade. It actually needs a little work, but I didn't want to do anything to it. So I just gave it a gentle cleaning and a press. Made it look a little bit better. Lynn Karp did the artwork on this Oswald the Rabbit. Next we have Vampirilla number 69. And that is Barbara Leigh as Vampirilla. Or Barbara Lee, L-E-I-H, or I believe it is. L-I-E-G-H. I don't know if they ever actually released the movie with her or not. I know they were working on one at one point. Put those off to the side. Tomb of Dracula number 13. I think that's Gil Kane. Yes, it is. It's a Gil Kane cover. A lot of Gil Kane covers for Tomb of Dracula. They had some of the other house artists go in and redo the faces. I don't remember if this is one of them or not. So you might see Gil Kane / John Romita, because they would have John Romita go in and redo the face, or Gil Kane and Marie Severin. And Marvel used to do that a lot. This is a Richie Rich number 173. It's in pretty nice shape. Turned out pretty good. This one is in an OPP bag. This is not Mylar. This is an OPP bag. I can tell because it's got wrinkles on the bag. Elvira's House of Mystery, number 11 from 1987. This is the one everybody wants. It's got the Dave Stevens cover on it. Probably one of the best good girl artists of the 80s and 90s. The comic world is a worse place for his loss, for the loss of him. Dreadstar number 59, Angel Medina cover. I like Angel Medina's artwork, but his covers are suspect for me. Yeah, it is. It's the only one he ever did. It's the only Elvira cover he ever did, so, that I'm aware of. I mean, other people might have printed some. This is 1984, Cerebus, number 58. If you've never read Cerebus, yeah, it's great. Of course, finding those, getting from number 21 up to the end of Cerebus is not that difficult to do. Finding those first 20 issues, that's not easy, and it's definitely not cheap. Another Enrique Torres on this Vampirilla number 72. And it has paint down here. And I couldn't get that off, and I'm not gonna worry about it. Just having a copy is good enough. Another Classics Illustrated. This one is number 28-51. It's from 1948, and Arnold Hicks did the artwork on this Michael Strogoff adaptation. One day I'm going to get all of my Dave Stevens covers together and show them all, one right after the other. Someday. It'll probably take me weeks to find them all. I have them, I just don't know where they all are. Most of my Dave Stevens covers are very fine or better. Mark Johnson did this Airboy 54, or no, 43, from 1984. I didn't even have to look this one up. A lot of the Airboy comics I look up, but Mark Johnson's name is right there, so I just knew who it was. Kind of like the cover, although the helicopter looks like it got squished. Yeah, King Kong cover. I think that's one of the ones that's still on my list that I need. There's 2 or 3 covers that I don't have, but I'll get them eventually. This is Pacific Presents number 4, Helmut Ipisch did the cover. Nice noir cover. Very much like that. And here is Space Adventures, number 21. This is another one that I did no work to, although it desperately needs some. And part of the reason I did that was to show how much of an improvement you can get just from pressing a comic. Yeah, that's Fisher Price. Yeah, that's it. This is a Dick Giordano cover from 1956. And that explains why it's a nice cover, because Dick Giordano was quite the artist. Of course, it's a Charlton comic. And Dan DiCarlo from 1970 in Archie's Joke Book. This is another good example of how just pressing a comic can make it look better. It's got a crease right down here and some creases up in here, but it still looks good because it's been pressed. And the Master did this one. This is Vampirilla number 75 from 1979. Jose Gonzalez. And he, in my estimation, is probably the greatest of all of the Vampirilla artists. I know people are going to say, yeah, but Frank Frazetta did her first cover. But Jose Gonzalez was just consistently amazing. Yeah, they wanted to make sure people knew that it was approved. Okay, we're going to set those off to the side. Another 4-color. This one I put down Soglo as the artist, but I'm not completely sure about that. This is number 597 from 1954, The Little King, and of course that appears on my on the sequence from my intro, and this is that same comic. Well, only it's been pressed. I used to read the children's illustrated books for when I was little, and they always had some little king in there, and I always enjoyed those. Amazingly enough, that was my only Jose Gonzalez Vampirella cover, so I'm going to have to up my game and get more Vampirella magazines. Here's another George Wilson, Brothers of the Spear, number 9. People have started looking for George Wilson covers, which is cool. Along with Luis Dominguez, people are also starting to look for his stuff. Good news for them. Here's another Gil Kane, number 14, Tomb of Dracula. Gil Kane, and this is definitely, his face has been redrawn. That is not a Gil Kane face. I believe John Romita did the redraw of Dracula on this one. And he might have also redrew her face as well. That doesn't look like a Gil Kane female. It might be. Turned out really nice. Yeah, George Wilson does some amazing stuff. Sam Glanzman did this next cover on this Battlefield Action number 47. And you may have seen this one before, because I do believe this is the one that I put the spine back together on. So, yeah. Saw this one last week, I think. But now it's been hot pressed and then let sit for 48 hours. So, very happy with the way this one turned out. And we have Richie Rich, number 179. Warren Kramer. I've never seen anybody attributed to a Richie Rich comic except for Warren Kramer. That's possible, but I think they credit John Romita to doing penciling on, or redoing the pencils on the Dracula face. I'll have to check the database to be sure. This is a Steve Harris Vampirella reflective cover. And this is one that I really like. It's from 1980, and it's number 84. I'm almost out of Vampirella magazines. I'll have to start showing other magazines. I've already pulled out a stack. So we'll get to them. And this is Vira's House of Mystery Special number 1 from 1987, the last of the Elvira's House of Mystery comics, Haunted Holidays, and that is a Jose Luis Garcia Lopez cover. And I think Perez did the inks on it, but I'm not going to swear to that. Yeah, it's a real nice airbrush cover too. Garcia Lopez is such an underrated artist. People don't give him enough credit. Well, they're starting to. People are starting to discover him. You know, what we've known for the last 40 years with Garcia Lopez's artwork, people are finally starting to discover just how good he was, or is, if he's still alive. I don't know if he's still alive. Just like George Perez wasn't really discovered as a phenomenal artist until he started doing Wonder Woman, even though we always knew he was phenomenal. Yeah, you can pick these up for $15 to $20. They have this particular special isn't that expensive for an Elvira comic. Most of the DC Elviras are minimum $20. With the Dave Stevens cover, now you're talking 100 or more. Here's another Angel Medina cover for Dreadstar. And like I said, I like Medina's interior art, but her covers are a little suspect. Or his covers are a little suspect. I'm not a fan of his covers, but I love his interior. Love the interior art. And finally, we have Cerebus number 59, which is, of course, Dave Sim from 1984. 1984. That's what I pressed. Next, I'm going to show a comic. This is Dell number 824, and I noticed it had tape on here. Now, I'm not going to swear to it, but I think I got this one from Michael Mayrind. And if he's in the chat, I'm sure he'll correct me if I'm wrong. But I think I got it from him. And it has tape on the outside and tape on the inside. So I'm going to remove the tape. And I will do that in a video very soon before I finish. Matter of fact, I'll start working on that and get that done probably before I'm done with that with the Weird Science, which I'll give you a quick update on. The back cover, I have a couple of chips that came off, but I have it in the same condition as the front cover. And the next thing I'm going to do to them is a Bestine soak for 5 to 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, I don't know. And when I do that on the back cover, I'm going to take a soft brush and brush it while it's in the Bestine and see if I can get some of this residue to come off that way. In particular up here where it's still a little gummy. So that's what I'm going to do with that next. And I'll give periodic little updates like that on that comic. But I'll also have videos on it. Now here, I'll go over what I'm going to do to it. And of course, the way I'm going to do this is I will take a razor blade or an sharp X-Acto knife, and I will gently cut the tape that's holding the interior to the cover on the front, and then I'll do the same to the back. And then after that, then I can work on actually removing the tape, remove the tape from the pages. Like I said, I think Michael Mayrind sent me this one. I'm not going to swear to it. But we trade comics. Michael and I trade comics. So, hey, I'd rather have you a little late just here browsing than not show up at all and have to watch it at the end or rewatch it. Now, I did get some comics this week, and this first one, I'm just happy as a pig in poop to get because it's that Captain Atom. And of course, I left the note on there. And I'm going to change the bag and board to a more appropriate board and a Mylar. And on the back of it, of course, I'm going to include this because I love the Fred Flintstone. Thank you, Lawston. That Fred Flintstone little doodle you did for me that means more than you can know. Next up, we've got some other things I got. I got Celestial Mechanics #1, The Adventures of Widget Wilhelmina Jones. And I've had #1 before. But I never read it because I only ever had #1. Well, here's #2. And #3. So I can read them. I've got them all now. Going in my stack of comics that I need to read. And of course, they'll get the bags and boards will get changed out and they'll go in Mylar as well. I think this one's a wraparound cover. Notice what I did with the tape. We don't take chances. Then you slide the board out with the bag. It's a partial wraparound. Very nice. Good Girl on the Moon. And as long as I have it open, oh, that's a shame. It's got a cut. I hope it's just the cover. Yeah, it is. I'll fix that some year. If I ever get some of the nanocellulose, I'll use that to fix it. I like this artwork. Sometimes black and white is the best. So, neat stuff, beautiful covers. Interior art is okay. I like it. So it's not everybody's cup of tea. Got 2 more though. This one's a little risque, but that's okay. My channel is not for children. Torchy #1. That is an Olivia cover. And Torchy #4, and I don't remember who did this cover. But Torchy. Good stuff. I like that. And I believe that is going to conclude my show and tell portion. Or my show portion. I did get some other comics. I bought some comics, and New Comic Book Day. I went down to the comic store and I bought some, but I've already mixed them in. Absolute Superman came out. Absolute Green Lantern came out. I think Daredevil #2 came out, but I forgot to pick it up because I generally never go over to the Marvel area. I did read the first of the new Daredevils, and it was pretty good. I kind of want to read the second issue just to see where it goes. Don't know if I'm going to get any past that, though. I know about that. I know about the blue box Scotch tape, but yeah, I prefer clean release duck blue tape, fingers tape, and sometimes if it's like a polypropylene bag, I'll just tuck the flap rather than taping it. If you weren't late, we would think something was wrong with you. Yeah, you must have shown up after I left. Probably did. I haven't opened it yet. You mean on the Captain Atom? Yeah. Yeah, you did. The one thing though, uh, anybody that tapes a comic for any reason, just fold the end over like this. You just fold the end over so that you have like a little flap, and you can just reach up there, reach in there, and just grab it and pull it right off. A lot of people don't do that, but it makes it so much easier to open the bag. I am going to send you the reader copy back. I'm going to read it, of course, but then I'm going to send it back to you when I send you back to Weird Science. I know you don't care, but it's always good to have your reader copy back. So, yeah, I like Captain Adam. Yeah. Next week I'll probably show Air or the Pacific Presents 1 and 2 again because I found my other 2 copies of it. Oh, nice. I've been looking for the golden book that you did. It's not an easy thing to find. Let's let everybody see it. Okay, just no rush. Uh, Postage is expensive right now, and it's going to go up again, I'm sure, as the fuel prices increase. Of course, shipping costs more. I did finally sold something on eBay again. It's been about a month since I sold anything on eBay. Just don't forget, use pirate ship. It makes shipping cheaper, and you don't have to send me anything. But if you want to, that's cool. Well, that's neat. I have some of those, I think. Ah, yeah, that's appropriate. That's true. We don't have to do anything. We only have to do what we want, what we make ourselves do. What is this? Oh yeah, I don't know if I showed this one or not. There's another Superman that I got recently, last week or the week before. It's number 95. Don't know if I showed that one to you or not. What is this? This is, what number is this? 1937 to 1945. This one is looking for the copyright date. First edition, April 1977. I think I paid $10 for it. This price doesn't matter, but I think I paid like $10 for it, plus shipping. I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to take that off eventually. Yeah. If that's what you planned on sending me, don't. If it's a different one, yeah, sure. Why not? And I have another book here that everybody seems to think you have to have. If I can find it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I have another book up there somewhere that it's the one that has all of the the comic covers from Wortham's book in it. Yep, it might have been. Let me take a look at it again. This keeps getting in the way. Half price books. I'm going to keep that out, and then thrift books also. I'm going to keep that out so that I can remember to take the cover, take the stickers off. What happened to that? Oh, of course, I think I might have shown these last week, or on a. Every one of these panic needs work. So when I got them and realized they all needed work, I kind of panicked, but I got over it quick because it's going to be fun. It'll be fun working on this. The first one has water damage. It's really bad water wrinkles. First one, or was it the? No, the first one has tape on it. It's the last one that has really bad water wrinkles. Yep. But yeah, this one has some nice color plates in it of comics that I'm probably never going to own, but you never know. I might come up with them someday. You know, Pep number 9. Let's see what else. You know, I'm just gonna go back to the other camera, and we're gonna look at every single one of the color plates in this book, so that you'll rush out and try to find a copy. Mr. Paget Films and Plastics, good to see you. I'm doing great. How are you doing today? We're gonna switch back over and look at every one of these. This is a plate of Detective Comics #1. I think I've seen a copy of this at a show back in the 70s, maybe. Action Comics #7. #52. Detective 29. The iconic Detective 31. Arguably one of the greatest detective comic covers of all time. Batman number 3. Adventure Comics number 42. I'd like to get my hands on a copy of that. Flash Comics number 2. More Fun Comics number 54. More Fun number 56. Green Lantern number 1. Copyright Joe Lane Publications, Inc., renewed 1969, National Periodicals Publications, which means since the copyright was renewed, it's still on, this cover is still under copyright protection. Yeah, I love them too. I just can't afford them. Wonder Woman number 1. I had a chance to buy one of these, and I didn't do it. I don't regret it because I couldn't afford it. I had the money, but I couldn't really afford to buy it because I had bills to pay. So for that reason, I don't regret not buying it, but I sure wish I had of. Wiz Comics number 3. Or no, number 22. Excuse me. Not number 3. It's October 3rd, number 22. Master Comics number 27. America's Greatest Comics. Bullet Man, Minuteman, Spy Smasher, Mr. Scarlet, and of course Captain Marvel. Nickel Comics, new issue every Friday. I don't know if I've ever actually seen a Nickel Comics. I'm sure I have at some point. This is number 1. Mystery Men Comics number 3 with Blue Beetle. That's the green mask there. Jumbo Comics. This is Jumbo number 10, I believe. Yeah, number 10. Great, great comic artists here. Wonder World number 7. How can you not like that cover? I mean, it's just amazing. There you go. That's a comic that every Golden Age collector would love to have. Planet Comics #1 by Will Eisner and inks by Lou Fine. I can't think of a collector that would not like to have that. Yeah, I have one Planet comic, and that's it. They're hard to get, and when you do find them, they're very expensive, and they're always at auction, and you always lose, or at least I do. Jungle Comics. This is #2 or #21. No, it's #21, I think. Kanga, Jungle Lord. Another Jumbo comic. This is #22 by Will Eisner. Fantastic Comics #3. Eisner and Fine again. Yeah, Will Eisner with Lou Fine inks. Mystery Men Comics #8. Again, once again, Eisner and Lou Fine. Blue Beetle cover. National Comics #7 with Uncle Sam. Interesting thing. The original copyright was by Comics Magazines, Inc. in 1940. A gripping adventure with Quicksilver and Merlin, not the same Quicksilver as Marvel Comics. Another case of Marvel stealing a name. Of course, it was the copyright was renewed by National Publications. Hit Comics #9. Now the layout was by Will Eisner, but this is all Lou Fine art. It's his pencils and his inks. Yeah. Eisner and Lou Fine apparently did a lot of work together. Jumbo Comics #40. This is from 1942. Dan Zolnerowicz with Sheena, Jungle Queen. Copyright 1942. Another comic that people would love to get their hands on, Silver Streak #6. That's a Jack Cole cover. Yeah, I need to get a copy of that. I like this Daredevil character. I like both Daredevil characters, but yeah. I kind of collect Daredevil comics. I don't have a whole lot of them, but I like them. And when I see them for a reasonable price, I'll pick them up. Again, Jack Cole art. Zip Comics, number 30, or no, number 4, excuse me. Zip Comics number 4 from 1940. Steel Sterling. Which, of course, MLJ Magazines, which is Archie Comics. Boy Comics, Charles Bureau. I love Charles Bureau's artwork. I don't know why, but he does such, I mean, like the little monkey up here pulling on the guy. He's so good. Crime Does Not Pay. Another Charles Bureau cover. Yeah. The shadow is of him in the electric chair. This is number 42. Cover number 42. And of course, Pep Comics number 9. I already showed that one. With the Shield. Irving Novick. And of course, Irv Novick did work in the 60s for DC, among other things. The Hangman. This is a Harry Lucy cover. Oh, there we go. Yeah, well, actually, I froze on my end. Frank Thomas. Leo Moray did this one. Volume 2, number 10, Amazing Mystery Funnies, Centaur Publications. Centaur come on at auction on eBay, and if they do, you can't touch them. Generally, when you get these, you're going to find them somewhere else. On one of the bigger auction houses. Funny Pages, Volume 4, number 1, 1940. Harold Delay. Yeah, Harold Delay. And Green Giant Comics. Harry Sal did the art, and I don't think it's any relation to the Jolly Green Giant. And finally, we have Target Comics. Number this. Yeah, you almost never see his covers that look like this. It's always those weird monster stuff. Like I got one in here somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, this is the type of stuff you normally see by him. I don't think that one is actually a Wolverton cover, though. There you go. That's the stuff he's best known for. So, that was kind of neat. Glad I shared that with you. Let's go back up here. Now, everybody rush out and get this book. It's worth whatever you have to pay for it. It's worth it. It's just a great book. 1937, 1945. Yeah, I love all of his artwork. His weird stuff, his good stuff. He actually did one of the he did that one. And on the bottom of it, it says Malvina on the right has the phony because Irvina on the left has Panic, the only authorized imitation of Mad. And that's what it was. It was a sister publication to Mad Magazine. Mad Magazine survived, Panic did not. Yeah. I can understand. I didn't realize he did Powerhouse Pepper. Very cool. Yeah, absolutely. He's just great. I mean, he did such good work. It's such an imagination. Now, that's really all I'm going to show. Like I said, the reason I press comics, especially older comic and low grade comics, is because I like the way they look after they're pressed. It's not to sell them. It's not to improve the grade. It's just for my own personal. This is what I like to do. The first thing I ever saw him do was Pop #1, and I was hooked. Uh, I bought that off the newsstand back in I think 1973. It was after I got out of high school, I'm pretty sure. And took me until what, the last week or the week before. Took me up until a couple of weeks ago to get them all. I don't know if that is. Yeah, there's 24 issues of Pop, and I have them all now. I'm pressing them and I'm going through and pressing them as part of my rotation. For a while I was pressing all of one title, and that got boring quick. So I started switching it up. I have a rotation still. Eclipse, then PC, Charlton, Archie, Gold Key, Dell, or Golden Age. Either one. A lot of times the Dell is Golden Age. Marvel or Epic, because it's the same company. Harvey, DC First, Cerebus, which is Aardvark, Venom, and that is going to change eventually to the Wendy Penny and her husband's. Once I get all my services pressed, then I'll go over and start doing my ElfQuest, my original ElfQuest stuff. And then the Classics Illustrated. Once I finish Classics Illustrated, I'll go to something else. Each one of those will go to something else eventually. I think from Eclipse, I'll probably go to Dark Horse. From PC, I'll probably do Eternity after that. So, yeah, Warp Graphics, that's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah. But I think the first comic book sized ElfQuest, I think, might have been on the Aardvark label. Or maybe it was the first Cerebus that was on the Warp label. I don't remember. It's one of those two. Atlas Seaboard. Oh, yeah, I need to press those. I'll do those after I do the PC comics. I'll go to Atlas Seaboard and press all those. Most of those are high grade anyway. I don't really need pressed. But I want to make sure they're all on my line. So, and I have all of the comic book sized ones. Don't have all the magazines. Some of those magazine ones are really hard to get, and I keep checking to see if anybody's listed them. But like I said, they're hard to find, and when you do find, you got to pay up. But yeah, I'll do Atlas Seaboard, and then maybe I'll do some of the other oddball ones I have. You know, was it Skywald? Was publishing comics in the 70s for a little bit. I think that was Rich Buckler that did those comics. I think that was his company, which didn't last very long. Yeah, Devilina's not a cheap comic to get. But there's one that's really, really, really hard to get. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a love magazine, and it's super hard to get. And if you can find a copy, it's going to run you $1,000 at least. So, but the Atlas Seaboard, I think people will get a kick out of it. I'll make a checklist about Atlas Seaboard before I start pressing it, and post it in my community center like I did for the PC comics. But that's an easy one to do. All I have to do is go through my collection. I got my first Atlas Seaboard comic. I think it was Ironjaw with the Neil Adams Ironjaw cover. I don't remember which one it was. But I think that was the first one I got. And I decided I wanted to get them all because I found out that it wasn't a big comic company and they didn't do a whole lot of comics. 2 to 3 issues of most of them. I think there were 1 or 2 that had 4 issues, and that was it. And I decided I wanted to get them all. And this was like 1988, maybe 1987, 1988. And it took me until 2018 to get them all. And when I finally, what happened was I was missing Vicky 3 and 4, or maybe 2, 3, and 4, but I was missing most of Vicky run. And they're all reprints anyway. All the Vicky comics were reprints. But I wanted to get those, and I saw somebody that was selling the whole collection, including high-grade copies of Vicky 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I bought it. I didn't question what he was charging. I just bought the whole thing. Replaced a lot of the comics that I had. Some of them I had better copies of. Some of them I didn't. And then I ended up with almost 2 full complete sets of Atlas, which, if you know Roger, he's another YouTuber and he does a lot of comics. And he was looking to complete his collection. So I said, well, I'll sell you my lower grade copies. And he said, great. He got him. He went, these are better than anything I've got. What do you mean they're low grade? I said, well, they're lower than the ones I have. Low grade, not meaning they were low grade as in good or below, or very good plus or below, but low grade meaning I had better copies. They were lower grade than the ones I kept. And they were still all fine, very fine, near mint minus, near mint. I mean, they were really nice copies. It's just I had super high copies. Yeah, Vampire Planet was one of my favorites. Probably the best of the series. But I liked Iron Jaw also. The character was kind of weird, but I liked it. And Wolf the Barbarian, uh, all of those. Like I said, I'll do a list and put it down in the community section. I went through and deleted a lot of my old stuff from the community section because it just wasn't relevant. It was 3 or 4 years old and it wasn't relevant, so I just deleted it. Oh, I already know it's a much nicer copy. That's one of the reasons why it's going in Mylar. Of that, and I want all my comics in Mylar eventually. All 2 billion of them, or however many I've got, 25,000, 28,000, 30,000. I don't know how many comics. Every time I get a good chunk of them in a database, I'll end up with a hard drive crash and find out that I didn't back up the database and lose all of it. So I have to start over again. Yeah, I like a lot of the stuff that they did. It was interesting. Yeah, Bomb Beast. Uh, 4. There are 4 bog-like characters. Uh, the first, of course, was the Heap. The Heap came first. Heap came out in the 50s. Actually, you know what? I think Solomon Grundy started in a swamp. So he would be the first. And then the Heap. And then Man Thing. And then Swamp Thing. They came out within a month of each other. And then finally Bog Beast. Yeah. Atlas did a lot of monster magazines that were in comic format, but they were magazine size. And I've got some of those. And then I've got a lot of the Marvel ones. I'll get around to pressing all that stuff eventually. I'm going through it slowly. So I think that was my last. I think I have. I think Vampirilla 110 is the last Vampirilla I have that I need to press. That I'm going to press, and then I found another one of these. This is number 4. And I'll be pressing that soon. And then I think I want to go ahead and press this as well. A Fantasy Master, or Frank Frazetta Fantasy Illustrated number 4. I should have all of those somewhere. I just don't know where. Oh, okay, you're talking early stuff. Yeah, the Heap was reprinted by Skywald, and then he was reintroduced in Airboy. And of course, I have a couple of Airboy comics from I think from the 50s, but I don't have them all. I just have a couple of them. Now I have all of the more recent ones that were done by Eclipse. There was 50 of these, and I have all of those. I guess that's another one that I'll have to show all of them one after the other once I get them all done. Anyway, I got other things to do tonight, so I think I'm going to cut it a little bit short. You know what? I've got some duplicates of those Harvey magazines, and I'll send you a couple. Yeah, I'll send a couple your way, because I love Harvey too. I mean, what's not to like? Especially like Stumbo the Giant. But like I said, I think that I'm gonna let everybody go. I have other things I want to get done tonight before I hit the sack and go to sleep. So I'm going to cut it short, and we'll see you all next week on Coffee with Chaos. And of course, I'll drop a video on Friday. Now, I may do an experimental video sometime this weekend where I try to use OBS Studio to do a live stream. So I might do a live stream for a little while on this weekend. Don't know. In the meantime, everybody have yourself a great week, and I'll see you next Wednesday. And probably definitely see Brian next Wednesday, because we have the same comic shop. So take care, everybody. Have yourself a great night and a great week.